USA Panama preview and prediction video for you guys. Concacaf Nations League semifinal matchup. Yeah, another tense one. Mexico Canada is going to be tight, but so is this one. Now,
No,
I'm
it's
going to start
not.
off by saying, let's talk about it. Same question from the Mexico Canada video, guys. Which team is this more important for? Panama or the USA? Who needs to move on to the final the most for whatever reason? We'll start with Diego this time. Diego, USA, Panama.
This is a little different than Mexico Canada, just because I think Mexico Canada, Mexico, because Panama is considered, not on the same level as the other three that are involved in the semifinal. That's not to say they aren't good. I'm not taking anything away from that, but obviously their star power, their reputation isn't near those other three. With that being said, I think for me, I'm gonna have to say the USA, just because everything that has gone on with the USA, Pochettino, kind of getting all the players working together and playing together a lot more cohesively and trying to, because it can still be a little inconsistent. The power of the team is on paper supposed to be, you could argue the best. Canada's up there, there as well, but they have such great players. So if they don't win, it's almost like you expect them to win, and if they don't, it's be like why didn't they win? Of course, it's not an easy game. It's never an easy game. Concacaf is not an easy region to be in these games, in these tight games. So I'm gonna have to still say USA is more important, but nothing away from Panama, because this is a team that's they're gonna fight tooth and nail. They're gonna put everything out there. They will want to win this. They think they want to think they have a chance to win this. I mean, why wouldn't they? Come on now, there's a chance to upset a team that's kind of in a transition phase right now. So the USA is on the up. It's a positive transition, but it's still a transition. It's still not fully settled. So Panama's going to want to give it a go, but I'm going to have to say it's more important for the USA, just because of the expectations that you have. The expectations for Panama are not to them to get to the final. It'd be amazing. It'd be so cool. It'd be a great underdog story, but it's not the same expectation that the USA have. You expect them to beat Panama and get to the final and probably win it. A lot of expectations are for them to win it.
Very well said. Look at this guy. Very well
He's
said.
cooking. I'm not gonna lie.
College-educated man. College-educated man. Andres, Panama, USA. Importance.
I mean, Diego said it beautifully. I'm not gonna lie. Importance levels. Now, importance levels is obviously the United States. I think it's a situation where they're trying to take a few steps forward. Getting ready for 2026, especially with the lack of games for these going into the World Cup compared to all these other countries going into the World Cup themselves. So, I mean, these games are important, especially competition level games. So there's some intensity involved instead of just friendlies where there's nothing to lose. But in this case, I think a loss to Panama is a massive step back. I mean, just back-to-back disappointing summers, you could say, arguably. Technically this is spring, but back-to-back disappointing international tournament performances. Copa America wasn't the best. Definitely, I felt like everyone wanted more out of the United States, and that was the low point in recent time. And then we go into this, you guys got Poch, all this jazz, hype around the team again, and he's had a little bit of time now to get with the squad, and think of what suits best his players that he has available to him. And at this point, hopefully he has something cooking. And if he can't beat a Panama team, yes, Panama is good on their day, especially against the United States. They have a very good track record, especially getting underneath their skin, which is probably Panama's game plan. But I think the United States, it's massively important for them. And I think a loss is just another step backward. And I think a lot would ride on the Gold Cup and how they do if they did lose this game. So it speaks more volumes. I feel like it speaks more volumes for the United States than definitely for Mexico, just purely because Mexico's playing a better team, at least number one in Concacaf at this moment in time. So it's okay, fair enough. We lost to the best team in Concacaf, whatever. They're on a hot streak. It depends on how we lose, to be fair. If it's a good game and we lost barely, then we can get away with that. But United States, it's more of you got to win this game, or bad things are going to happen type thing. It's a step backwards.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay. Obvious answer, USA. Yeah, it's really important, like you said. This is still huge for Panama. Just to be in the semifinals of the Nations League, which isn't the most foreign thing in the world for Panama anymore these days, right? Panama is arguably that number 4 team in the entire CONCACAF region. This is still a huge game. Panama, I think, by winning this game against the USA, which they very well can do, it's very, very possible, would really cement that they shouldn't be rushed aside. And right, Panama doesn't have the facilities that all these teams have. They don't have the amount of players, the available amount of players, and dual national opportunity and whatnot that a lot of these teams have. But they're still in here, and they could still. The fact that we're even talking about who might be more important for shows how important it is for Panama to an extent. They very well could be in that final when it's all said and done. And like you said, getting under the USA skin is going to be hugely important for this game. And Panama's done it before. They caused Timothy Weah to throw a punch at one of the players, and that was the entire reason that the USA got knocked out of the Copa America. Panama can do it. Panama, and I'm not like I'm going to be supporting the USA, obviously, but to see Panama do that would not be the worst thing in the world. To be fair, it's good for them. It'd be really good for them. I think the USA is only successful in Concacaf if you let them play their game. Right? These players are, mainly from Europe now. At least have high quality experience around the world and know that how to play their game and what kind of game style they're going to play. But if you shut them down, oh my God, Panama could easily take advantage of that. And it's happened time and time again by not just Panama, but other teams like Jamaica, even, was very close to destroying their hopes last year by doing the exact same thing.
Why would you remind Jamaican fans and us about that tragic event? That's actually seared in my brain. I actually remember that happening.
Dude, that was such a crazy night. But Panama could do it to the USA. The USA is not invincible. Title card. It's very possible. Thank you.
That was good. That was good.
For the invincible
season finale tomorrow night. Sorry.
I know. I'm sorry. Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Robert Kirkman, please.
God, what an opportunity. Anyways,
get in title card. Boom.
Okay. Should do that. We should do that. That's so smart.
Yes. We're cooking.
Anyways, we're cooking. But yes, Panama could defeat USA here. It's a 1-0 victory. It's a 2-1. It's a penalties victory for Panama, but it's very doable, especially against the USA, who are going to be using their third string striker in Josh Sargent. Probably still going to be starting Tim
Plays
Ream.
for Norwich still, right?
He does, and he's excelling. He's arguably the best center forward of the championship right now. But never translates for the USA men's national team, unfortunately. But yeah, not invincible. Very beatable. It is very possible. Score predictions then. I mean, I want to hear who's going to win for you guys.
Look, I may have said what I said about the United States and the importance, but that does not reflect how I feel how this game is going to go. I'm a full-time USMNT, hater. Obviously, I'm choosing the under on this one. Get your bets in now and put the under. The football guru has spoken. Panama is definitely going to win this one. I'm not betting any. I'm definitely not betting. I'm definitely not betting anything on this game just in case because I'm not that confident. But for the sake of chatting shit for my hatred for the USMNT team, I'm gonna say a confident 2-0 victory. Now, this is what's going to happen. It's going to go crazy. Panama is going to score early on, right? And it's going to be like, oh, shit. And the United States is going to just bombard them with attacks. Something's going to happen. Then there's going to be a late goal later on in the game that just seals the deal for Panama, and that's how they go through. That's why it's 2-0. It's going to be a scrappy game after Panama scores first. That's my prediction. 2-0.
Wow.
Panama.
Wow. You know what? I need to go back and watch a lot of these videos because I need to know how many times any of these scenarios have actually ever happened in our 2 years,
one
almost
of them
3.
Did. No, the Mexico game I called against Honduras.
That's
I'm
true.
Just saying, I did call that. True. I called that, and that was lit.
Okay, Diego, your score predictions: USA Panama.
I mean, 1 out of 30. I got one.
But you're on the board.
I'm on the board. 2 technically, if you count Japan, I'm 2 on the board. You know what I mean?
Well,
so
2. Wow.
Right there.
I don't think this is an easy game. I mean, like again, I said earlier, none of these are easy games. But I think some people will be fooled into thinking, oh, it's Panama, it's the USA. But it's not like that. I think Panama does score. I think they're nitty enough, they're gritty enough that they'll get a nice little header off a corner, fumble the ball into the net. Even if they don't have that quality that the USA has, they will get the ball into the net. But I think the USA will score more. And I think you'll have older stars. So I'm going to go with a cheeky 3-1.
Oh, my God.
Cheeky 3-1.
Just scored to make it 2-1. Or 2-1 on aggregate.
Why, Diego? You were cooking this entire time, and then you say that shit.
3-1, but I think it's
But-
a late wrap up. I don't think the USA comes out the gates 3-1. I think
It's like the Jamaica game. It's like last year's Jamaica
Yeah.
game when
Yeah.
it ended 3-1, but the scoreline did not reflect at all.
Yeah.
You know what? That's
you know
fair.
what?
That's fair.
I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna end. It's gonna go the exact same way as the Jamaica game. If I'm being honest, I was gonna go 1-1 full time. USA wins at extra time just because the depth. USA just has the depth. They can go longer than 90 minutes with their substitutes if they wanted to, which I think that's gonna happen. I don't see USA really pulling away too much in the first 90 minutes. Which, by the way, would be telling in itself of the state that the USMNT is in under Pochettino. But yeah, 1-1, if not a 0-0, at the end of full time. I don't know how likely USA would win in the first 90. It's got to be an extra time winner for either team, but probably the USA because
It's gonna be a long watch along if we do one.
It's gonna be a long
It's gonna
one.
be a long one.
It's gonna be a long.
There's
one.
a chance
Yeah.
both these games might go in overtime, but especially the
very possible.
US one looks very likely, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because that's the first game of the day, right? Because it's doubleheader.
I believe the USA.
Yeah.
I believe the USA one does go
Yeah.
first. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So that could
yeah,
go on for a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll see. But of course, if you have an opinion, of predictions, of score predictions, or just what you think is going to happen, let us know in the comments down below, of course, because we react every single one of them. But it's going to be a big day. Absolutely a big day. But the most likely, USA is going to the final. I don't want to say very unlikely, but it's very probable USA goes through. It's just how the Concacaf works. USA gets their way. USA has a home game every goddamn tournament. So this is, in LA, they're going to have a lot of support there. I think we're going to see USA Canada, and I'll be all. But if you have any opinions, like I said, let us know in the comments down below. Leave a like if you're really excited for these games, because I love when the Nations League semifinals and beyond comes around every year for Concacaf. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you guys want more content surrounding the semifinals and final, because we got a lot more planned, as well as beyond, into the Gold Cup, into the next Nations League, into the World Cup, into the Club World Cup, into eternity. We'll see you guys in the next few videos, hopefully. And yeah,
Peace.